Hey everybody, Knick-Knack here to bring you a new series to my channel called the REPArt of Fighting. As some of you can assume, this is going to be a brand new episodic news segment series to my channel, in which I'll be talking about some recently announced fighting game news, and I'll give my overall thoughts on this or that certain announcement. Before I start, I'd like to say a few things first. One, for those who are watching this video, tell me where you think the title is stupid or not, or if it's a good title. Like, if you think it is stupid, please comment down below and tell me what a good title for this episodic news series should be. Because I'm always open to answers. Now, the second thing I'd like to do is give a couple of shout outs for people who kind of inspired me to make this segment, as well as websites and YouTubers who I go to for awesome fighting game news. For inspiration, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Mr. Scott Lewis Gaming Blog and Mr. Shadow Elite 08, who have done news segments on their channel as well, and that pretty much made me want to do these vids that you're seeing right now. Now, as for sources of these announcements, I'd like to thank the website known as FightersGeneration.com, as well as a YouTuber named MasterBoard86X. So with the introduction to this episode series out of the way, let's start today's episode with a couple of fighting game news bits that I personally picked out for this month, maybe last month, and January.
Okay people, sorry but I had to switch to pictures and audio instead of facing the camera because I'm getting pissed off about how many takes I have to do when talking about a news piece. So to start off with episode 1, the first news piece is quite possibly my most favorite of all of them so far, and that is Persona 4 The Ultimate in Maya Naka Arena is announced to hit North America this summer. Now for those who haven't heard about this game, Persona 4 The Ultimate in Maya Naka Arena, or I'll just say Maya Naka Arena for short, is an upcoming fighting game based off the 2008 RPG Persona 4 and is being developed by Arc System Works, the peeps behind Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue. So far that's all it says for a release date, no specific date to be exact. As for what I think about this news, it's a definite buy for me, of course. People who know me might know how much of a fan I am of both fighting games and Persona 4. So hearing about this title, I am pretty much like, okay, day one buy for me. I mean, this title is something many people might be able to love, because one, it can get RPG fans into fighters and fighting game fans into RPGs. 2, it's made by Arc System, and of course they are a company that knows their fighting games. And 3, it's slightly fan service, if you know who these characters are. Nothing more to say than I'm excited, and I'm trying my best not to spoil it for myself. Hope it's played at EVO next year, because I'd be willing to go to Vegas for it. Next piece of news is something I'm not really super excited for, but still an excellent piece that was worth mentioning, and that's Akira Yuki from Virtua Fighter has been confirmed as a guest character for Dead or Alive 5. Now according to a small piece of news back then, rumors of a Dead or Alive vs Virtua Fighter was maybe being created. Either this was the news of the rumor crossover, or Akira guest starring could be foreshadowed. I'm pretty much guessing this was the crossover because Akira is the poster boy of Virtua Fighter, and if you're playing the poster boy instead of another character in the franchise, it kinda leads to a crossover not happening. But who knows, I could be wrong. I mean, the majority of these assumptions I make when it comes to fighting games or gaming in general turn out to be pretty inaccurate. As for my overall thoughts on this piece of news, as I said earlier, I'm not super excited because, to be honest, I'm not that big of a Virtua Fighter nor Dead or Alive fan. Not saying that they're bad fighters, but when it comes to 3D fighting games, I'm more of a Namco guy. But still, despite that, this news was an excellent thing to hear about because I love crossovers, and the Virtua Fighter character in Dead or Alive fits very well. Looking forward to trying him out once I rent the game. And the last news piece I'd like to give my thoughts on is Darkstalkers 4. From what I remember, there were about 2 instances in which the game was mentioned. The first instance was during some expo or convention in which Capcom producer Yoshinori Ono begged Capcom fans for money in order for his game to be made. The second instance was some website or something leaking this picture that was in the Darkstalkers font and said Darkstalkers is not dead, as you already see from it. According to sources, this game is highly likely due to the fact that the ones who revealed or leaked this photo were the ones who also revealed or leaked the info on Resident Evil 6 being announced. Another thing to mention is that the sources say that if the game is announced, it's going to have the same graphical style as Street Fighter 4 and will be produced by Ono as usual with most fighters. Now, what do I think of this rumor? I think it will most likely happen because the RE6 info came true, and during this generation, we've seen the revival of some very old famous Capcom franchises. If this does come true, which the probability of it is somewhere in the 90s range, I'll be looking forward to renting it. Although I said that the Darkstalkers news is the last piece of news I want to talk about, this part right now is something I just made up on the fly, and it's basically a list of fighting game releases that have just been recently released, just in case if you want to know what has come out so far. First game was released on January, and of course that's Soul Calibur 5. On February, we had both Tekken 3DS and BlazBlue Continuum Shift Extend. I'm not sure if it was released this month or last month, but for those who haven't picked up Mortal Kombat 9 yet, check out the Mortal Kombat Complete Collection. The Vita was released, of course, and one of its launch titles was Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. On March 6th, you already know Street Fighter Cross Tekken was out, and to make sure this video is non-biased and will cover all fighting game releases, both Reality Fighters on the Vita and Naruto Storm Generations have already been released on the 13th of March. So that was the first episode of my upcoming news series, the REPArt of Fighting. Speaking of Street Fighter Cross Tekken, look forward to like a first impressions or review on that since I rented it and will love to talk about it. But yeah, this is my first episode. Let me know what you guys think about it. Like, this suck? What would have been better? Are you interested in this fighting game news? Tell me. But yeah, anyway, as always, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Take it easy, and until next video.